Guess who's back? Back again. Dun, 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 dun. Anyway, so the refutation I'm going to talk about now of free will is, in my opinion, the strongest refutation, because you can do it yourself. You don't. All the data's there for you already, and it's also internal to the concept as well. So the question is, how do I know what I have control over? The way I know what I have control over is whether or not it obeys my will, whether or not it conforms to my choice. So I have a will, an intention, a choice to move my arm, and I move it. Therefore, my arm is under my control. But what about my choice? If I use to decide what I have control over and what I don't, whether or not it obeys my choice, does my choice obey my choice? See what's going on there? It's a paradox. And verificationism has a similar paradox. Verificationism is an idea of truth from the empirical school or the logical positivist school. It states that a statement is true or false or meaningful if it can be related back to items of experience and conforms to laws of logic. But the question is, how do you verify the verification principle? Who polices the police? So, do you choose to choose what you choose? Does your choice obey your choice? I mean, you ask any addict and he'll tell you no. I choose not to take heroin tomorrow, assuming I'm a skaggart. I'm not. Tomorrow comes. Sometimes they may be successful, but often they're not. They are constantly given evidence of the weakness of their will, how the will does not conform, how the present will does not conform to a prior will. To show this, I'll use a kind of analogy, okay? So we take something that we know we have no control over. Could use, like, say, a road. Imagine for a minute that, like, say, this path here, that one there, can you see it? That path there is a kind of road, and I'm going to ask you to predict or guess what's going to come across the road. Is it going to be a blue car, a red car, a white car, Ford, a Mondeo, you know, blah blah blah. And you can't predict. You don't know. You can guess, and you might make some right guesses, but you'll probably make a lot of wrong guesses. So it's apparent spontaneity, you know. It's like all of a sudden, 1 minute there's nothing, then boom, red car comes past, you know, and then boom, it's gone again. Your decisions like that. You don't know what you're going to choose before you choose it. If you did, then the choice would have been made before then. Also, the choice isn't so much a verbal thing in the head, it isn't a narration. It's a will, it's an intention, it's a desire, it's a kind of feeling towards something and away from something. That's just there. And say you look at the kind of situation in which most people would say free will is at its greatest, that is when we are deliberating. What we're doing there is we're kind of considering the possible choices before us that we can make, and we are simulating within our minds the consequences of those choices, and we're comparing them and we're seeing which one we prefer the most. It's like you've got all these options of sacrifices, all these possible choices, and you take them up to the altar of your preference and you say, oh great and mighty preference, which one do I want? And the preference goes, yeah, I'd rather go the foresty track than the noisy track because I like forests. You don't choose to like the forests, you just do, and that's why you choose that. It's the same in all these sort of things. I think I might have lost my track a bit.